How many boots do you know look like that? Like, think about it. Boom, you live in Alaska. Let me start by saying I don't like Alfredo. I don't like pasta Alfredo. Like, it tastes, the texture is weird. It tastes like ass to me personally. Even chicken Alfredo with pasta, like, just it's doing too much, and I don't know. It's, to me personally, it's weird. I've been getting more and more into boots. The more I look at, let's say, designers, or the more I venture into certain aesthetics and, just looking at certain things casually, I feel myself being drawn more to boots than sneakers as of lately. Not saying that I don't like sneakers anymore, but I definitely feel my attention being more pulled towards boots. The thing about boots is boots aren't cheap. Boots aren't one of those things that you could necessarily always go the cheap alternative route. You can in some instances, but for the most part, boots is something that, apart from the aesthetic aspect of it, they also serve somewhat of a functional purpose. Not all, but for the most part. And that requires a hefty price, or it requires a respectable, reasonable amount of money spent on the boot, so that you get your wear out of it, you get the longevity and the durability out of it. So I asked myself, what would be my boots wish list? Let's say I gave myself a figure of $20,000 US, of course. What would be my boots wish list? So you may be asking, how do you get 20,000 US? You sound like a broke nigga. 1, yes, I am a broke nigga. 2, that's none of your business. So boom. First up on the list, we have the Guidi PL2s. And this kind of goes without being said, especially because the last video I did was on Guidi. I like this. I like this boot. I like how simple it is. I like how unique the cut is. I like the zipper. I like the length of it. It seems versatile. Once again, I don't own this boot, but it seems versatile. It seems like something you could wear trousers with. It seems like something you could wear denim with. You could dress it up if you need to. You could dress it down if you need to. It seems like a very versatile, more on the sleek side boot. On to the next. Next is the Bottega Veneta The Bounce Thread Sole Leather Combat Boot. Now, I know you're thinking, these just look like a glorified version of the Vans Skate High gum sole that everyone used to wear back in 2014 or something like that. Now, you may be right, to somewhat. And this boot is somewhat of a hybrid of the sleek / chunky aesthetic that we've been seeing recently, especially with brands like Prada and even Bottega Veneta and Gucci. They try to get a hybrid between the sleek aesthetic and the chunky soling. But I do like how this looks. I think the first time I saw this boot was another YouTuber. What is his name? Greg something starting with an N. He was the first person I saw on YouTube wearing this boot, and I was like, that kind of hard. Now we reach where people may be speculating a bit on my taste, but this is my taste. So you're gonna sit there and you're gonna listen to this. So the Rick Owens Moncler Mega Lace Amber boots. Yes. Is it ugly? I could see how someone would think that it's ugly. It looks also impractical, especially for the climate that I live in and most climates in the world. Nobody's going to need a boot like this. But is it hard though? The question is it hard? And the answer is yes. I would give this boot a solid 8.5 out of 10, honestly, because how many boots do you know look like that? Like, think about it. Boom, you live in Alaska. You're gonna go on a date. On the way to the date, you know, it's snowing, of course, it's Alaska. You pull up to the scene. There's not many ways you could dress up your style and have a unique style in Alaska, because niggas probably just all look like grizzly bears up there. But when they look down at your feet, they're gonna be like, this nigga knows something. Like, he's different, you know what I mean? He's not like those other boys. Anyways, I like this boot. Next up, this is the Ann Demeulemeester Backlace Vitello boot. Now, this boot has a very, very, very special place in my heart, because in getting into boots and in doing more research and just looking at images of boots, I told myself this was the very first boot that I will be purchasing after, of course, I purchased the Doc Martens, because that was the first thing I bought in getting into boots, because I told myself I don't want to purchase a very expensive boot and then I don't like the aesthetic anymore. I don't like how it looks on me. So let me get something that is more affordable. Then I feel it out, I see if I like it, and then I continue with it. And I do like the pair of Doc Martens, and I would like to purchase this pair of Andy Müllermeister backlace boots. However, it comes in at a whopping 1,000 US, give or take. This is definitely on my top 3 purchase, like first boot purchases, like designer boot purchases. Next up, we have staying with another designer from the Antwerp 6, the Dirk Bickenberg's Bungee cargo boots. Now, here's the thing. This is a pair of boots that I could see someone seeing and be like, alright, this nigga is off his rocker, dog. He's just joshing around at this point. He's off his wonkers. Like he's just calling artsy boots because he think that's the cool thing to say. But no, honestly, actually, I like this. I like this. The first time I saw it, I think I was scrolling through Grailed, and everything about it kind of grabbed my attention. One, the silhouette of it. It looks like the cord, the lacing, and the bungee is holding the entire boot together. And most likely, I know that's not the case, but I like that look about it. And of course, well, the bungee cord was a very alarming factor, or a very one of the signature things that you would recognize from the boot immediately. And I saw that the cord may come in different colors. I think I saw blue for one of them in particular, but I find the concept of it is quite unique and interesting. And lastly, the sole. I saw multiple variations of the sole. I think I saw rubber, I saw like a metal or steel, and I saw wood. And it looks good. It's hard. It's fire. That's all I really have to say about it. Of all the boots that I've mentioned so far, I 100% know I'm going to get the most heat or the most backlash, or maybe no comments or anything, just like weird looks for this particular boots, and it is the Margiela Tabby boots. Just look at the boots, dog. Just look at the boots, dog. Like, that is hard. That is hard. These boots, I give these boots a 9 out of 10. Honestly, just look at it. Just look at it. Yes, camel toe boots, or whatever call it what you want. But these are fresh. These are nice. These are nice. I don't think I'm at the point where I could pull off that level of heel. I don't know if the level of heel is for me, but the boot itself, fire. Absolutely diabolical. If you say something bad about this boot, best believe I am. Okay, so next up we have the 1017 Alix 9SM Eel Skin Leon boots. These are a very simple boot, but the very fine things about it is the things that I like the most about it. The protruding piece of leather in the midsole that sticks out kind of to the side of the boot, like the outer side of the boot, and the heel of it. It's very like just very subtle things about the boot that I like. I like where the zip is placed. I like the skin that they use, the leather or whatever material it is that they used. I guess by name it would be eel skin, but do I know if this is eel skin? No, I don't. But for the sake of it, I guess I'll go with eel skin. But the boot is very solid. I would give this a I'll give this a 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, this is a really nice boot. You could, once again, there's many things you could do with this boot. Denim, trousers, sweats. Like I could see this boot being used for all, like except shorts, of course. Like the Rick Owens Pentagram boots. This is another one that people may look at strange, just because the sole, the midsole, can either be a regular midsole, or it could be like a variation of something that looks like cork and like a chunk, just like a chunk of wood sticking out of the shoe. It's very strange. But the first time I saw this boot was on a video that Sanjeev, which is a big fashion YouTuber, did a couple years ago. Another Rick Owens, yes, I know, a lot of Rick Owens. The Bozo Tractor leather boots. I don't even think I need to say much. Just look at that boot. Just 1, the height. 2, the color lacings. 3, the eyelets. I think that's the term referred to the hole, the little chrome holes where the lacings go through. The chunky sole but slim body. It looks like a better version of the popular Bottega Veneta kind of chunky Chelsea boot, if you know what I'm referring to. And lastly, the John Galliano collage anklet boot. This is another one that I just happened to spot on Grailed. I was just scrolling through Grailed and I happened to come across these. I didn't find any or a lot of information about them, but the patchwork on it, the patches of fabric and the integration of canvas and leather and how they kind of try to make that work, and then the lacing work, how they have the lacing wrapping around the shoe and within the shoe. It's an interesting concept. It gives off vagrant vibes, I'm not gonna lie. It gives off homeless vibes, but if you know what to do with it, you won't look homeless. And what is the purpose of this video? I think that sometimes we need to be patient. This has been another video by Nighttime, made in Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you for watching.